Hello everyone, and welcome back to another One Punch Man Season 2 episode review. Gonna be reviewing episode 10 today. Before we get into it, make sure you go and check out my Discord, Instagram, Facebook. All that stuff will be in the description below. As always, make sure you go watch it on Hulu or Crunchyroll. I don't know if they have it on Crunchyroll, but they do have One Punch Man Season 2 on Hulu, so check it out before you watch the review, as I will be getting into loads of spoilers. So without further ado, let's begin. So it's pretty sad that a video game inside this anime has better animation for fight scenes than the actual anime itself. I mean, it had I didn't see that many blur effects or anything like that. It was actually straight up fighting. So I don't know what the hell kind of video game that is, by the way. Like, what kind of friggin' character is King playing as? I mean, I understand Saitama's character that he's playing as, it's awesome, but what the hell is King playing as? However, unfortunately, Saitama, he may be super powerful, but he sucks at video games, horribly. Or it could just be that King is amazing at video games, and that's the one thing that he's good at. Saitama notices a little device on the ground. I thought it was a Game Boy, to be honest. I literally thought it was like an old Game Boy. And it was some kind of device to alert heroes when there's an emergency or something. Like, apparently there was like a beta version of it or something, and he didn't get one. He didn't know why he got one, but really it's because he's only, what, B rank. I think only maybe a select few of the S rank heroes were able to get it, but King made a comment that it's because maybe they knew he was bad with buttons, implying that he sucks with video games. So he just keeps going at it. They keep playing video games, and that's literally all they do. I feel like Saitama in this season has become a side character in his own anime. He's kind of been off to the side, playing video games, maybe punching the monster or two or person or two in the way, but the story's mostly been focused on people like Garou and Silverfang searching to fight Garou, and kind of all the heroes, like the other heroes, but not so much on Saitama himself. So the Monster Association has infiltrated the Hero Association by having some parasite take over this dude, and they reveal their plan, which is to live in harmony with humans. Now, obviously we know that's a lie. We know that he's lying. It's kind of stupid how some of them actually believe the monster. Like, oh, that's what you want, then we'll surrender. The one guy with the gun doesn't believe him, but he puts down the gun and gets shot right in the face. I mean, the Monster Association is not playing around. I mean, they straight up murder this dude, like, instantly. And then they say, like, we're just messing with you. Our goal is to just destroy everybody. Monsters will rule the world. You can't stop us. We already defeated most of your heroes. So they ask, why did the monsters have a hostage if they're so confident in themselves? It's like, well, we have him as a way of, like, you're gonna try to rescue him? Send your best heroes. Get all your best heroes you can get and come get him. The Monster Association wants to show, like, an extreme showing of power, to the point to where they're expecting the best heroes to come, and they're for sure feeling that they're gonna defeat them. Especially with this King Orochi. They're really confident they can defeat the most powerful heroes so that it'd be over. I mean, there's no one else to protect anybody at that point. Basically, there's like a little eyeball thing that just explodes is the one that was giving the message. The parasite monster dude, he gets the guns out and he's gonna start shooting everybody when what's his face? The S-rank hero, Super Alloy, or whatever his name is. The guy that never wears a shirt. I mean, he could be best buddies with Pui Prisoner, pretty much. He defeats this guy instantly, and the parasite tries to go into him, take over his body, and his body is, like, literally made out of steel. And I love the way that you're focused on the monster, like, screaming, trying to get in, all of a sudden, slap. He's like a little insect, just bam, gone, and he's just like, and the hero's like, what was that? It is that why you guys summoned me over here? Was just for this? I mean, it's just hilarious how fast that monster died. It was like no point to him whatsoever, and everybody's glad that this hero is there to help them, and he has a lot of confidence in himself. He tries to cheer them all up by showing his muscles, like, Look at my muscles, aren't you all calm now? It was really weird. I don't know what the hell was going on. But they're really thinking now to get a bunch of heroes to go and rescue this hostage that the monsters have. I'm just interested to see who's going to be the ones that they're going to send. The Monster Association also has a meeting of their own, and this meeting doesn't go pleasantly at all either. Basically, he said the I don't remember his name. He's the one that's kind of like the second in command or whatever. He's like an eyeball monster, and he's saying to everybody, like, once the world is like all the humans are dead, we'll take over and we'll all serve Lord King Orochi. Nobody really wants that because monsters only think about themselves. They don't want to serve anybody else. So one of them speaks out, which I think this is interesting because one of them speaks out and King Orochi attacks a monster, but it's not the one that spoke out. It was just a random one that happened to be there that was a wimp, basically. It was the one that lost his legs to Genos. And he said, how dare you come back here after your defeat? So you're dead. And King Orochi eats this dude. The monsters aren't playing around. They're like, if you're weak, you're dead. So no mistakes. And it makes you think like, well, are they going to try to revolt against this guy? Or are they all too scared now after seeing somebody get eaten? And he didn't attack the one that actually called the king out and said, we're not serving you. I guess as a show of like fear, like now you're all scared of me, you will serve me. The eyeball monster is scouting the area and he sees that Goketsu has been defeated and he's in complete shock. Like, oh my god, someone defeated this guy? Who could have defeated this monster? That there's some capable hero out there that they're kind of overlooking. Which is interesting because, I mean, yeah, Goketsu was really strong and he beat up Suiru, but was he really that strong? I mean, I know he got taken out by Saitama, but anybody can get taken out by Saitama. But for them to be actually shook that he's dead, they're like, okay, that must mean that Goketsu was a really big deal. So I wonder who else is a big deal in the Monster Association. So Garou wakes up and he still doesn't know it's Saitama that keeps kicking this guy's butt. He literally thinks it's King that somehow attacked him, and he has no idea how he did it. And he is completely hurt. He's feverish, and he's like, I gotta get out of here and go to my hideout. I love that the image is still on the wall of where he came through. As he's walking, he spots an A-rank hero, I believe, a gatlinggun. And he's like, hell no. I would normally fight him, but I am in no condition to fight. So he goes to his hideout, but obviously gatlinggun knows that someone was there and he's gonna follow him. There's a brief moment with Genos where he gets new gear. As always, every time he gets defeated, he runs back to the doctor, he gets new improved gear, and then goes out to get his butt kicked again. It happens every single time. So he looks really cool if it wasn't for the CGI and then the anime head. It looks really weird. The contrast is so weird. But he looks cool as always. He gets some advice about like, well, don't be discouraged if you keep coming back here to get upgraded. Like, just learn from your mistakes and keep growing and become the best hero that you can be. There's also a brief moment of Child Emperor and Metal Knight having a chat. And Metal Knight does not want to save the hostage. He's like, screw the hostage. I was telling them to just send a nuke to where the Monster Association is and just kill them all. And it's like, it's weird how afraid this guy is. I mean, he's not even on the front lines. He just sent a robot to go fight for him. He's not actually fighting himself. So I wonder what his plan is, because it's weird. Like, it's weird that he's one of them that would just give up like that, especially for an S-rank hero. Saitama's been busy in this episode. He's been killing tons of monsters. And I like how there's a whole crowd of monsters trying to find where the Monster Association is. And it's literally in Saitama's neighborhood, so he just kills them all. It has the same exact scene from the opening of this show, which I think was kind of lazy. I mean, they didn't need to use the exact same scene, but whatever, I guess. Maybe it's a manga panel and they're just like, yay, we're copying the manga. Isn't that great? Just do better animation, and that'd be all we need. But I was thinking that it was ironic that the Monster Association's greatest threat is living in the same neighborhood as them, and they have no friggin' clue. So Garou makes it to his hideout, and he has a fever. He's not doing good whatsoever. He's in really bad shape. I can't believe Saitama's hits like did that much damage to him. But he's trying to rest, and the group of little boys that the little boy that Garou's been talking to, is apparently that's their hideout. So he goes to confront whoever's in there and finds out that it's Garou. They have a chat, and now these two have a really interesting relationship because they're always together. And Garou is so kind to this kid. He says stupid kid and whiny kid and you're annoying, but this guy is literally trying to kill heroes, even though he never does. He just beats them up. But he is not a friend of the people. He calls himself a monster, yet he treats this kid with such, like, he's just so normal to this kid. Like, the kid's just hey, how's it going, you know, and gives the kid advice as well. However, the heroes turn up, and now Gatlinggun brought a whole posse with him, and they're ready to take out Garou. They're finished with this guy. And little do they know that there's a freaking kid inside this building. And what garbage friends were those of the kid to just leave his friend? Like, oh, we should have said something about him being in there, but oh, well, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's like, don't you realize you should have said to the heroes, hey, my friend's in that building, by the way, so be careful not to shoot it or anything? What garbage friends were those? So Garou, not knowing there's heroes outside, he gives the kid some advice, and the advice is to get stronger. Because obviously the kid seems to be pressured by his friends, not necessarily bullied, but just kind of peer pressured into doing things for his friends. And he's like, look, you need to stand up for yourself, you need to quit whining. And the kid's like, how do I do that? And Garou says, you need to become stronger. And the kid's like, obviously, that's like the one thing that's an obvious answer. And Garou's like, yes, it should be obvious. I'm glad that it is. So then get stronger. And it's almost like Garou sees himself in this kid. Because Garou, I mean, I think we got a bit of his backstory before where he was kind of bullied as well. And always seen, well, he always thought that the monster should be the one to rise up and beat the hero. And if that's the case, I think he sees himself in this kid. Like, look, this kid's getting bullied by people. He needs to step up and quit letting people who think they're better than him take control of his life. And that's how he kind of views heroes, as people who just think they're amazing, and they're very cocky and arrogant, and they're just going around pretending to be heroes. It's almost like, if you watch My Hero Academia, it's almost like the hero killer Stain. These two are very similar in that respect. However, the heroes are here and they're knocking, and Garou has the hero guide from the boy, but he doesn't have enough time to read it to get a good knowledge about all these heroes that he's facing. So he does his best to look up the information. I love how the wall that he's looking through looks like concrete, okay? It looks like concrete, not saying it is. And he just takes his finger and it's like a hole right through it. How did the frick, how strong is this guy? It could have just been wood or something, but my god, he made it look like it was like made out of styrofoam or something. So the animation at this point actually gets a little bit better. There's a point to where Garou is standing on the roof and they start drawing him with really thick lines. He's really fluid and he's ready to fight these heroes. He's laughing to himself like a psychopath. His theme music is playing. I love Garou's theme. It's really cool. And he's ready to beat these heroes because apparently this will be, if he beats these heroes, that will be his 100th fight with all of them. So well done, Garou, for surviving 100 fights with heroes. But he hasn't killed a single one. So that's the interesting thing. This fight was really good. I actually really enjoyed this fight. There was some cool fluid moments of animation where Garou is doing his best to dodge all of these attacks as best as he can. And this is how the fight should be, always. Now, is it as good as Season 1? Obviously not. But for this Season 2, it'd be nice if this was the consistent animation throughout the whole season, versus we get little snippets of this goodness, and then it goes back to crap. I mean, Garou is fighting for his life. He has limited information, and he's trying to dodge as best as he can, and they're just all over him. One attack after another. Poison arrows, like scythes, like ball and chain type of things, guns. The stinger guy is there. He's dodging everything, and he's getting a few hits on himself, but he has no mortal blows. so he does really well at first. However, he gets hit by 2 arrows and he's starting to slow down. He's exhausted. He was already having a fever. He was already tired. He doesn't want to deal with any of this, but he keeps going and going. He's at his limit, and I'm interested because I'm thinking that there's gonna be a point to where he's gonna break his limits and he's just gonna go crazy and be super powerful. I'm kind of interested to see if that's where it's gonna go, because I don't see any other way out of this situation. I wanted to point out that the guy in the tracksuit, he kind of reminds me of Gohan from Dragon Ball Super. If you don't know who that is, it's a character who used to be strong and then he's weak, and he's just he wears a green tracksuit, has the glasses. I mean, it's very similar to Gohan. But this guy, compared to Gohan, this guy actually fights really well. And Garou mistook him for just a lackey, for support. But this guy knows how to fight hand-to-hand combat. He dodges Garou's moves, doesn't get a hit on him. He does really well. So I'm like, well done, guy. I don't know who he is, but did pretty good. So Garou is surrounded, he's injured, he's tired, and he's in a bad freaking situation. I'm really interested to see where this goes. I actually really enjoyed the episode. Garou has been, honestly, the best part about Season 2. Whenever Garou is in the episode or in a scene, I get more excited about the episode. And just for that, I'm giving this episode a 9 out of 10. I would give it an 8 out of 10, but honestly, there were some really good moments of animation in this episode. I felt like this episode went really fast. There was a lot happening, a lot of cool stuff happening, and some of the fights, especially Garou's fight with the heroes, was really well done. I enjoyed it, for what it was at least. The story's moving along, and Garou's in a situation where he needs to get more powerful. He needs to go to the next level, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you enjoy the episode as much as I did? Honestly, it really did feel like it went really fast for me. Like, it was just that good. I really enjoyed this episode. I think it's because last episode was crap. So then this one, I enjoyed it much more. But thank you again for watching. Make sure you check my Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay videos, the Walking Dead gameplay videos, all that good stuff, my anime reactions. Check it all out and have yourselves a great one.